Hey guys, this is Brian from MaumeeRiverWalleyeRun.com, and we've had a lot of new fishermen this year, and a couple people have been asking about how do we fillet a fish. So there's a couple different ways to do it, but I'm going to show you real quick on this fish a quick and easy way that you can do this yourself at home. Okay guys, we're actually going to get into it right here and show you how to fillet a fish. Some of the first things that I do is I take out the cheek meat, and you can do that. A lot of times I'll put my finger right in the eye or right in the cheekbone here, and right where this bone starts, we'll go ahead and take the tip of your knife and run it in there. Okay? Move your finger back. As you fold that back, you can actually just peel that off. So traditionally what I do is I'll flip that over and I'll do both sides at the same time. So again, kind of underneath. Make sure you move your fingers back away from the knife. Flip that over, a little slice there, and you can peel it right off. That's great meat. Don't forget that part. The next thing is a lot of people slice on either side of the walleye right here to get the meat out. I want to get the most possible meat, so I go ahead and just do an angle right here. And I really follow this gill plate. If you look at this gill plate, kind of follow that up. You only cut to the bone that's right in the middle of the walleye here. So go ahead and okay, flip that over. Do the same thing on that side. Oops, sorry about that. Now you have the skin on the top there, and go ahead and just fillet directly back on the walleye. And again, kind of start at the front and you can fillet straight back. So I like to break that skin. You're not really cutting in very far, as you can see, just a little ways here, but I like to break that skin all the way back to the tail. And again, on that side, even though there's not much skin in the middle there between those two, you still want to run that knife flat and break that skin all the way back. Now as you're doing this, what you'll notice is you can go right against the bone until you get to the bottom. Okay? So right against the bone. And I'm doing this real slow. Normally I can whip through walleye pretty quick. We're going to do it real slow. Now what I do, now that you have this part open, is if you look at the walleye and right at the butthole, and you go right above here, that's really where the belly meat is, here and above. From here below is all good meat. So I will stick my knife in there, right in line with this, and stick it straight through so it comes out right there. You can see where that came through. And from there, you can lay your knife flat against the bone and pull it directly out. Okay? Now, what I like to do, and what makes it easier, especially if you're newer to filleting fish, is I will come down and do the same thing on this side. Again, fillet it. I'm going to flip the fish over, find where that butthole is, stick that directly through, and let me get my hand out of the way so you can see this, and I'll pull that down. It's easier to do, what I found, is both sides. So you can see there, both sides at the same time. If you do that, then you're not trying to hold a fish up that's half cut off. So I try to do both sides at the same time. And then at this point, you really just follow the meat. And the tricky area where you're going to lose a lot of meat is right here where you transition from the belly into the bottom part. So make sure you take extra time and really follow those bones. And if you do that, you're going to come out with a nice fillet. A nice fillet. Then take your knife and cut kind of when you get towards the bottom of the belly, and I got a little extra bone in there that I missed. You can really just cut right here through the skin right down to the belly. So as you can see, right kind of where the white starts, even a little bit lower, you'll cut right down. And I usually just hold the fillet up with one hand and slice directly down. And there you go. As you see, you have a good fillet. Now at this point, get it close to the end, stick your fingers on the end, cut just a little bit in, because what you want to have to do is skin that fillet. So go ahead and just kind of pull back with this hand in this direction and take your knife and keep it in. Usually you want to keep your knife angled slightly down, not down and not up like this, but on an angle slightly when you go in here. And what that'll do is that'll slide right against the skin. And if you do that all the way down, you go ahead and have a nice fillet. Alright, so the next part right here is actually zipping the bones out. So everything that you've done so far, there's really no bones in your fillet. So on the second fillet here, to zip the bones out, which is this mud line in the middle, what you do is you cut just a little bit on the end. There's another on either side of that middle red line, okay? And sometimes I like to do a little slice just on the top of the meat there. And then if you pull this meat on one direction, you'll feel it like pull apart like a zipper. So again, what you've done is you've just pulled all the bones out on this side. Same thing on the other side. You still see there's that line. This is the line of bones right here. So you go ahead and pull that out and throw that off to the side. When you're done, go ahead and trim up any of this white or red meat. I know it seems like you're wasting meat there, but you're not. Trust me, it doesn't taste good. So you can just trim any of that off to make your walleye really great looking. What you want is you want just that white meat. If for some reason it doesn't zip off, you can just come in with a knife and cut a little piece of chunk off. Again, you just got to clean up your fillet there. But in the end, out of a fish here, what you're going to have is you're going to have separated fillets and separated fillets, and I need to do a little bit more to clean these up, and then 2 cheeks, and that'll kind of complete everything for you. So hopefully this was helpful for everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me at www.MaumeeRiverWalleyeRun.com.